I'm Damian Holbrook from TV Guide Magazine and TV Insider, and I'm talking with Craig Schulz, the executive producer of Apple TV Plus's Snoopy Presents One-of-A-Kind-Marcie, and Raymond Persi, director.
Whether you're a natural leader or even try your best to stay out of the spotlight, all of us can make a real difference. You're pretty brave, Marcie. Marcie!
Craig, getting to kind of continually work on your dad's legacy and these characters, how cool is it for you to get to see all like these Peanuts characters kind of break out and get their moment?
Well, it's really been an honor. And like I've told everybody, my goal in all this is really to continue the legacy of what my dad did. And my core team on this thing has been, myself, my son Brian, and Cornelius Juliano. The three of us really came up with the idea of this series, so we call it CoView series. And we've done 4 of them. We've worked with Raymond extensively on all these, and his team has been terrific. And they've all been shown on Apple TV Plus. So we're excited about the Marcie special, and we got more to come.
So Marcie and the Lucy School, they both, it's really interesting because they feel like such a throwback to the original specials that we had, where there's a thread of melancholy, but really addressing those things that kids actually deal with, like real life kid themes, like being an introvert, not feeling like somebody who can stand out in a crowd, which is the Marcie thing. And Lucy, being an overachiever, being a know-it-all, and then finding out that she can be actually just one of the crowd.
Yeah, I think what we really wanted to do was we wanted to inject more messaging into these stories. So if you look at all the 5 that have come out, in Marcie being one of those, there's a good message in there that both the children and the adults can converse about after the shows. And that was really our goal in these things, to lead to these kind of conversations. And Marcie's a classic one about, the introvert that really is one of those people behind the scenes that never gets recognized. 90% of us do stuff behind the scenes. We never get the spotlight shown on us, and Marcie is really representing all those people, in the world. And that's what we liked about it.
Yeah. And Raymond, directing these, what is it like directing, first of all, iconic properties, but also children's stories that speak to adults? Like, how is that line for you?
Well, see, for me, what I loved about these is I don't see them as for children. I see them for families, for all ages. I think that the issues that are dealt with in these specials are universal. In fact, with Marcie, with One-of-A-Kind-Marcie, my crew really connected to this story. And I think part of it's because a lot of artists do like to do things that we can put out into the world, but we're not exactly looking for the spotlight.
Right.
And so it really connected with them. And then in terms of working with these characters, it's like the goal when we started these was, in my mind, to give people the specials that they remember of Peanuts. Like everyone has these memories in their heads of and what it feels like to watch some of the older specials, and that's what we wanted to give people with these, like capturing those moments of childhood, those quiet moments that everyone remembers, like just having the time to sit and watch water go under a bridge and things like that.
I continually rave about the animation style. We created a new look called what we refer to as enhanced 2D, but the look that Raymond came up with on these things with the lighting effects and so forth is something unlike my dad had never seen. And I think he would have been really impressed with that. And then what we call the interstitials between scenes. And Raymond came up with this really creative stuff of blending one scene to the next, and I'm sure he looked back on what Bill had done years ago and came up with his own ideas. And it's been very impressive for me to see all that and yet still tell the story that I wanted to tell.
You have this character, Carlin, who comes to kind of like, I look at her, I was like, oh my God, is this Peppermint Patty's little sister? But I thought Marcie's last name was Carlin.
Yeah, I'm glad you caught that, being a super fan, because the name Marcie came, my dad named most of the characters after friends of his, and my sisters had a friend called Marcie Carlin. So that's where the name Marcie came from. And then as we were creating the story, I said, wouldn't it be fun to have the kindergartner be called Carlin? So it was an homage to my friend who I know, Marcie Carlin. When she sees it, she's going to go, that's really cool. Now I got both my names into the special.
It's huge. Yeah. And she's adorable. I love this character. I'm like, okay, I'm so excited because you never lose track of the essence of the Peanuts stuff, but adding these background characters, like parts of the family tree, like bringing them to the forefront and giving them some space. I love this. Like, I love that Rerun has become as well known as the like the original characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is, and the goose eggs. I mean, I love these characters because, like, if we could just have them sitting on a bench in every special, weighing in, they're like the perfect Greek chorus.
You know, it's funny. We collectively we realized, like, okay, so the Peanuts characters, in a sense, they're little adults. You know, they're children that speak about their problems in these adult ways. So we thought, so what do you do with the smaller kids, the kindergartners? Like, well, they'll be like the old people who've gone through life, watching these people experience life.
So thank you both very much. Congratulations, and everyone, do not miss Snoopy Presents One-of-a-Kind-Marcie on Apple TV+. Craig, Raymond, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking with us.